that the ECOWAS issues we have may also be resolved.
Nigeria has recorded an unprecedented spike in security challenges in the last 10 years. The defense budget also continues to rise without having a significant impact on efforts to keep the country safe. Now, it is not only the new ranks that will be placed on the shoulders of the service chiefs. The peace and security of the country also rests on their shoulders as they execute the directives of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. President Bola Tinubu acknowledged that there has been some positive results in confronting the country's security challenges. He says this is due to the commitment, steadfastness, and dedication of service chiefs. But as these security threats continue to evolve, Nigerians also expect a continuous improvement in the approach to tackle insecurity. Femi Akonde, TVC News.
Let's take a short break, and when we come back, it's the time to speak with our guest of the day, who is the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Benue State, Austin Agada, for discussion on the politics of ministerial nomination. Let's start with politics tonight. Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. This is Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. And now to our interview with the guest of the day. I'm joined by the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Benue State, Comrade Austin Agada, for discussion on the politics of ministerial nomination. Thank you very much for joining us, Comrade.
Thank you.
All right, so leaders of Idoma and Igede have accused the APC of dominating them in Benue State. What do you have to say about that?
Well, for us, I don't think as a political party there have been any outcry in that regard. Yes, of course, there have been issues of position sharings and who gets what and at every particular time. So we're hopeful, yes, as a people of the Idoma Igede extraction of Benue State, that by God's special grace and by our input as far as electioneering is concerned and our dedicatedness towards the purposeful leadership of the states and of course in Nigeria in general, that will get our fair share of our national cake.
Oh, so they also claim that the governor, speaker, chief judge, SSG, majority leader are all thieves. Don't you think that some form of power sharing should happen?
Yes, it has been so, but like you know, politics is about numbers, and the thief extraction of Benue State, Benue is divided into 3 senatorial districts. The Idoma Igede belongs to 1 senatorial district, then the 2 other senatorial districts belongs to the thief extraction. That's the Zone B, Benue North and Benue West. But we keep negotiating and ensuring and pushing our agitation in ensuring that we as a people get our fair share in the Commonwealth of Benue. As it stands today, the speaker is from Zone B, while the governor is from Zone A. The deputy governor of the state is from Zone C, you know. And over the years, it has been so difficult to see even someone from Zone C, considering that we have about 12 members of the State House of Assembly coming out to say they want to be speaker. So sometimes they don't give you what you don't ask for. So it is my humble opinion that we start doing participatory politics where we think otherwise or where we feel that we should be engaged. We should ask for it and we should demand. There's nothing wrong. It doesn't matter whether they contest and lose that position. They should contest for the #1 position of the legislature in the states. just like they have also been contesting for the governorship of the states over the years.
All right, so again, at the federal level, the secretary to the government of the federation is also a thief man, just as the minister designate is all equally thief. I mean, they say they are being punished because the APC didn't win in their area. Is this really right?
Come again?
All right, what I said was that at the federal level, the secretary to the government of the federation is also a thief man, just as the minister designate is equally thief. And they say they are being punished because the APC didn't win in their area. So I'm asking, is this really right?
No. You see, the issue of the secretary to the government of the federation has to do with the entire country and the disposition of the president to appoint who he so desires as his secretary to serve under his government. And the issue of the minister is something that has to do with the state. It has no nomenclature whatsoever as to do with a particular ethnic group. He is a minister of Benue and not a minister of the Tiv nation or the Idoma nation. You see, we should stop playing this politics of sentiment that has brought us to where we are today. I recall vividly where some time ago, during David Mark's time, as 8-year Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you had a Jerry Agada and eventually an Abba Moro, all from a particular extraction, which is where I come from, the Benue South, the Igede Idoma extractions. They were ministers at that time, alongside with David Mark, who was the #3 citizen of the country. Heaven did not fall. It was the same Senator Dr. George Akume, that is the SGF today, that went about in ensuring that, and also speaking on national televisions as to the nomination of these people as ministers at that time. And he was also in the Senate. And he did everything within his powers to ensure that they had a smooth ride. Agwogbe was also minister in Buhari's first tenure. The same Akume stood up and also supported him, considering that after Abamoro had been minister, it was expected after 2015 that the APC won, that the ministerial nominee from Benue should come from the Tiv extraction. But it never went that way. It went to the Idoma extraction, that's the Idoma Igede, which is the Benue South. And there was an outcry within the Tiv area, but the Senator Dr. George Akume, who is now the SGF, was everywhere on national television and also speaking in favor of distinguished Chief Agwogbe. So I find it very funny when I see some group of Idoma elders brewing these seeds of discord and saying what they are saying and talking about marginalization. It is entirely not correct. And I want it to be on record that they weren't speaking for the APC. They had a particular agenda, and that was what you can see them doing. But the most funny aspect of it all today is the fact that I watched these same elders protesting in form of a press conference. It became very laughable, considering their years in politics, their experience, their relationship they have created. For crying out loud, the president today is a personal friend of Chief Agwogbe. So if he feels that the Benue South where he comes from, or if he feels so touched about them, I expect him to seek an appointment. Of course, he is the deputy leader of the party in the state, where Akume is the leader. And see how they can sit down to harmonize this situation and see what they can bring for Benue South Senatorial District, and not what they were doing. And what is more laughable, it was that majority of them that were seated here were all in the last election people that came out and worked against the party. member from Apagatu who lost election in the last election that he should be given the ticket, the ministerial slot. And they know very well that he has a deficiency in his academic records. They know very well that in the last election, that same Gosday did not campaign anywhere for our presidential candidate, neither did he campaign for our party. He campaigned alone for himself and the rights of Peter Obi. They never worked for us. And that is why today, God in his infinite mercy decided to punish him by ensuring that among the 11 House of Rep we were supposed to have from Benue, 10 was won by the APC. Only that of his seat, we lost it to the People's Democratic Party. The same Samuel was the same person that took Peter Obi to Pastor Paul Enenche in Dunamis. And he told me in front of, as a party chairman, in front of the National Secretariat, that he was instrumental in giving more than how many people tickets for governorship in Labour and House of Rep and Senate. And that he will never identify with the party. So if these elders today will now go quickly to sign documents for such person to be nominated as Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, then it is more laughable. And they think that the president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is such a president that doesn't do his needful investigations, or what? This is a man over the years that has been a seasoned politician and knows and understands the situation we have in every part of the country. So if today the Benue South Senatorial District have lost out in that first nominee, ministerial nominee, they should be held accountable for those decisions they took without due consultation. They should not turn around and start accusing the people. I know what the SGF did in ensuring, in pushing one of our sons for this very position as minister. And I know as the party chairman, because I had the information to myself, what transpired. And I also know the president promised to the Benue South Senatorial District and other things that will come. So if an opportunity has been given to one of our own that have worked so hard for this party, it is worthy to be celebrated. It is most unfortunate when I see people like Avian Morgan. These are people in the last elections that were in national television against the presidential candidate of our party. They worked so hard. He came to endorse Peter Obi with a thumb. All these things are on record, and today they are demanding to be ministers or to be given ministerial appointments. Is it fair? When the president himself has said that there must be reward for hard work. So, is it those that have deceived the vice president today, took a lot of money from his hand that they were going to support and deliver Zone C, that's the Benue Gede extraction, and we never saw them at home, only for them to appear on the day of the election and they were dancing Ada Oyi, Ene Ado Oyi, meaning in my dialect that father, son, and mother. That's the Peter Obi slogan. In my dialect, the Idoma. And those were the things we faced. I think the credit of the last election should be given to the younger generation that really fought hard in Benue South to bring out over 43,000 votes against the kind of things they went and did to the Benue South in the last election by these so-called elders. Name each and one of them that were there. Is it in Nalegu that was busy dividing the party in the name of G9 and creating all sorts of things and also issuing statements that they are not supporting and collecting money from Otom? All those things are on record. It's just because of the peace of the party that we are quiet about it. We know what we passed through in Benue to be where we are. And we know what we are doing to put the party together and for the Benue South to get their own fair share of the national cake. They cannot continue to bring us back to the advancement we have made as a people. Look at the deplorable state of the roads in
ethno-political considerations. Is that what you're saying?
That is what they are trying to do. But we are saying, no, those that have work should be considered. I'm of the position, I'm from Benue South Senatorial District. It is my humble desire that I have a minister from my senator to help cushion the situation we have found ourselves in that zone. But for them, instead of applauding the appointment of one of our own and also encouraging the SGF and the president to do more by giving one of our own from Benue South as an accomplishment to also help in governance. They are busy doing bad bloods. Meanwhile, they are the reasons why the zone has been suffering over the years.
Comrade, but looking at it this way, can the APC really spread its tentacles to the Igede and Idoma land if it fails to give appointment to sons and daughters of both nationalities?
No, they will give. Certainly they will give. I'm sure. I am confident, and I've been discussing with the SGF, and I know what he's doing in that direction. And I also know Mr. President. I also know he has friends from that list. He has Senator Ane Bute. He has the likes of them. That he also knows that they should also get an appointment that will help the people of Benue South Senatorial District, and by extension, Benue people and Nigeria as a whole. I'm confident. This is just the first appointment that has come out, that of the SGF and that of the ministerial. And we are hopeful that if the president in his magnanimity and gracious heart decide to say, okay, let me add one minister to Benue, I'm sure that he will say, and the SGF will implement the fact that he should go to Benue South Senatorial District, which comprises of the Igede and the Idoma.
All right, so as the APC state chairman, how do you intend to, bring peace in this regard?
Well, the party is together and in total support of the SGF. There is no difference in the party. The only few persons saying that majority are not APC members and have never worked for the party. Some might have their own personal issue or would never love Senator Dr. George Akume, no matter what he does. But it is God, in his infinite mercy, that has brought him to this point. A gracious man full of a heart for the people. He doesn't care whether you are a Doma, whether you are a Igede, whether you are a thief. He does his own for all. And that was why when he was appointed SGM, it was greeted with all sorts and manner of congratulations and happiness across the length and breadth of the country. Is it across religious line? Is it the Muslim? Is it the Christian? Is it who? Mention any ethnic group that was not happy and did not celebrate or rejoice with the appointment of the SGM. So it is laughable for you to now bring him to that level of saying that he plays that kind of ethnic, sentimental kinds of politics.
All right, so let's stay away from Benue politics for a minute. The much-awaited ministerial list is out. We have the first batch. What do you make of this list?
Well, for me, you can see that there's a departure from the old order. Many of those people that have made the list are news to Nigerians. And you can see eminent, young, energetic people willing and ready to give their best and to offer their best to the nation. So I believe in the spirit of what the president is doing. And I want to say that I'm proud of him. As a member of the All Progressive Congress, I want to say that I am proud of my president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So this list came in with just 2 days to the constitutional deadline. From your assessments, what would you say is responsible for this?
Well, one thing you will not take from our president is the fact that he consults so much because he doesn't want to fail. He's a man that is full of or is programmed to deliver. So once you have such kind of persons, they don't want any little thing that will bring excuses and all of that. So I think part of the consultation is the reason for the delay to this moment. And for me, I am happy with the caliber of people that have been enlisted so far. It shows that there is really reward for hard work. And not just hard work, that there are people that are competent, that also knows their onions, that are ready for this job. So I'm happy with the list, and I'm happy the fact that he took his time to have brought about these very all-inclusive names on board.
All right then, so with this situation, how critical will you describe the constitutional amendments that provides time limit for submission of ministerial nominees?
Yes, I think the 60 days is enough for any government that wants to come in and perform. It's enough for them to come in. Within 60, that's 2 months. 2 months is enough for any background check, for any work any person or president could do to see those he's bringing on board to help him or aid him administer his government. So I think that constitutional requirement is apt, and it's okay. Even if they reduce it to 1 month, it's still okay. But I know very well that the 2 months, it's something that, it's okay. For me, it's okay. It's very fine. And this is the first time we are trying it. So I think it's okay.
All right then, so looking at this list, and I mean, as promised by the president, the list is a mixture of career politicians and technocrats. I would like you to react to that. What do you make of that?
Yes, like I told you, it did not just come with hard work. It also came with the capacity and caliber of this set of people that have been chosen. You know, those that have succeeded in their fields of endeavor, whether politics, whether business, whether, you know, so for me, I believe and I know very well that he took his time to have consulted and to have bring about these names of people forward. And I know that they have the capacity and the requisite and what it takes to deliver to the good people of Nigeria. And what is more important, and I want you to also know, or Nigerians to know, that it is about the man on the hem of affairs. It is about that man on the hem of affairs. If you like, bring 1,000,001 technocrat or people that sleeps every day with book or people that, if the head doesn't know his onions, then forget it. So for me, the president was prepared for this job. And I know very well, with the caliber of people he has brought on board, with him sitting on top as the president and commander, I know very well that he would deliver.
Comrade, as an APC chieftain, how do you feel about appointments of politicians who are not members of your party as ministers?
Well, yes, you know, the truth about it is that the president is a politician and have his reason at every given time when such decisions are made. And in politics, there are a lot of things that goes under the table that the ordinary eye does not see. For you, you might think that that person was or is not a member of APC. Yes, physically seen. But underneath, you also don't know the person's actions or inactions might have contributed positively to the success of the party. What matters is if the person had the capacity to be in line with the president to deliver to the as regard the promises of the president to the Nigerian people. So for me, as a politician, a practical one for that matter, I want to say that without missing word, that in politics, anything can happen and you can expect anything at every given time.
All right, so for now, there are 28 ministerial nominees, many more to come. I would like to ask you, what do you think is responsible for this and what are your expectations?
Yes, like I said, the 28, 14 there are Christian, 14 there are Muslim. All those religious sentiment also doesn't really matter to me as far as you can deliver the needed dividends. And for me, I know that consultation could be a result of one of these things. And there are states that you have this complicity and certain politics that plays within that state, you know. So all of those things would be seen as part of the reason for such kind of delayance. I'm not speaking for Mr. President, but certainly I know that he's a man full of consultation. He consults so that he can bring out the best. So for me, as far as he has not fallen short of the constitutional requirement, then I think he's good to go.
All right, so talking about gender balance, to what extent will you say the president conformed to that?
I think six,
Did you get my question?
7 out of the six out of the 28 nominee are women, and I think it is good. It is good enough, but I know more women will come on board because I know very well that women, our mothers, are really the bonds of our strength in this politics we do. And I know very well that more women will come on board, considering the first set of lists that are already out. And I know that our mother, Her Excellency, the wife of Mr. President, is also there and pushing for the gender folks, for the women. And you can be rest assured that considerable, that a good number will be given to women. And I know that at the end of the day, one aspect I also want them to also consider is the destitute, maybe the destitute, those that physically challenged, or how will I call it, special people. You know, I feel it is important that they too are considered in that regard.
All right, so for a fact there are 7 women among the nominees. I'm going to be asking you, what does this mean for the party and women generally?
It's a welcome development because for them, left for the women, they will even tell you that you should give them 50-50, you know. So I know that they want more, and I know certainly they will get more of this appointment. I trust Mr. President, I trust our president. I know he has the capacity. He has been doing it even while as governor. You know, women were carried so much in his government.
So what does this mean for your party?
Yes, it is a radical departure from the old order where the sensibilities of women are not put in focus. So for us, it also endure more women to see that we have respect for them, we believe in them, they are our mothers, they are the reasons, they are our banners, they are everything, you know, that we can think of. So I know very well that giving them more participation would have also given them a sense of belonging across the length and breadth of the country, from the local level down to the national, because all politics is local. So I think it's a good direction, and the party will seize every opportunity and make good use of it in ensuring that women are carried along, and if possible, the general women of this country believe solely on the party APC.
All right. I've been speaking with Comrade Austin Agada, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Benue State. Let's take a short break and I'll be right back. Please stay with us.
It's always a great morning on the TVC Breakfast Show. Thanks for joining us on TVC Breakfast with the array of stories that matter and what's behind them.
Like you say, the first blow indicates the direction of government.
Tell us what really is going on between your union and the federal government.
Once it's generated, you have to use it. We are not even sure whether we have a strategy
for security.
Are you saying that there was nothing wrong in that?
Was it the one driving the taxi?
Answer the question. We filled your morning with all you need to know.
Yes. That's mundane lyrics. Yes.
How does that fit into your scheme of events or duties right now?
No chief of staff, no general has the right to call a governor to order. The governor has been elected by his people.
Start your day right, because this is the breakfast show that adds to your breakfast. TVC Breakfast, weekdays at 7 a.m. only on TVC News.
Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Politics Tonight, where we dig beyond the headlines. And tonight, we're discussing politics of ministerial nomination for the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Benue State, Austin Agada. All right, comrade. Now, some of the ministers designate in their 30s. What does this tell us about the president's plan for youths?
Pardon?
All right, so I said many or rather most of the minister designates are in their 30s. What does this tell us about the president's plan for youths?
For youths.
Absolutely.
For youths?
For young Nigerians.
Okay. You can see from the list of the ministerial nominee, you'll notice that majority are young people within the age of 40. You even have someone that is 36 years old. It tells inclusiveness for the youth, that the era of saying the youth are the future of tomorrow is gone. That the youth are our future starts now. So you can see the number of people that have been nominated as ministers. You have 42, you have 41, you have 36. And count it. So I feel it's a welcome development. It has never been so. We've never had it as a youth. As a people, we've never had it this good. So I endured all youths of the Federation, irrespective of tribe, religion, to come out en masse and give a solidarity match for this very decision of Mr. President.
So, comrade, what does this tell us about the plan of the president for the youths?
The president has been explicit about his plans for the youths, and you can see, starting from the ministerial nominee, like I said, you see that most of those that are enlisted are young people, and of course, portfolios will be given to them, and those various departments will be manned by them. They would also bring out programs and policies that would also help the Nigerian youth. The president has also promised that in his time as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that will bring a lot of soccer and ensure that he takes Nigerians out of the youth out of the street, especially the unemployed. So we'll be waiting for those policies to be implemented. For us, you can see even the school, his advancement towards education in the country already yielding results for the Nigerian youths, where loans will be given to people irrespective of whoever. What is important is that there is money for you to be educated, that you can go to school, whether loan, whether anything, but that you were able to access these loans to go to school speaks a great volume, and it will reduce all the social vices you see in this country. So it's a welcome development, and I believe that more are yet to come.
Okay, so how critical will you describe the involvement of youth in his cabinet? Did you get my question?
How do I want?
How critical will you describe the involvement of youth in his cabinet?
Yes, it is very pertinent and important because for me, I have a scenario where, or I have a story from him where he said, no, look, for me, I'm this age, I need young people to come on board. I want them to use their energy to build this country and all of that. I want them to do this, they can turn around, and they have the energy, they have the strength. So I believe that the involvement of youth in his government will go a long way in also helping him to arrive at the promises he has given to Nigerians. So, and he has started already from the number of appointments or the nominations he have done.
All right. Now, the Senate has commenced screening of the nominees. How impressed are you about the exercise?
Yes, the screening started today, and I was on my way from Benue coming, so I did not really watch, but I saw, at least from the little this thing I was going through on the internet while coming, I saw the process being thorough. I saw questions being thrown at nominees, and I saw them brilliantly answering those questions, and it was not an issue of taking a bow and leave. I saw them doing their legislative function in ensuring that they are thoroughly screened and they know what they are coming to do, from their CVs and their qualification. So I think the Senate means business and the government also means business.
So the Senate promised earlier that it will no longer be business as usual, as there will no longer be bow and go. But will you say the exercise conform to this?
Yes, that's exactly what I am saying. From what I have seen so far, I want to say that I'm impressed, because hardly did I see a nomination or a nominee saying take a bow and leave. I think the only person that was not thoroughly, I think it was Senator Kyari from Bruno. I noticed a write-up where they say he should take a bow and leave, maybe considering the fact that he was a distinguished senator, or colleagues, like once a senator is always a senator. That's the belief. So, but I also know that most these things were thoroughly thought out, and that is why you see that only 14 they were able to screen just only 14 today, and they will continue tomorrow. So normally, if it's before, you would have said maybe every nomination would have been over by now. But I think they took their time, one after the other, to be on one page with, because they would also be the executive that would be interfacing, and the oversight functions of the legislative will also be carried to them. So I think what they are doing is in the best interest of the country.
All right, so Comrade, how confident are you about the ability of the nominees to help the president deliver on his renewed hope agenda?
I am confident, considering their track record. Like I told you, like I said earlier, that the president is not just someone that just sits and people go work for him and bring results. He is a thorough manager. That is to say, he gives duty, he supervises those duties, and he controls those duties to ensure that the maximum use of it is made. So I'm confident that it is not just about, like I said in my earlier speech, that if you like, bring 1,000,001 technocrats, once the head is not prepared for that, then you'll be in a sorry state. But our president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is well prepared for this job. And I know very well that he will not in any way tolerate any form of laziness or this. If you are not ready for the job, he will put you out. That's simple, because he doesn't even sleep. You can see from the policy so far. So I know very well that he's really prepared for this job.
Oh, so Comrade, these nominees do not have portfolios yet, but do you think that will allow us assess their capabilities?
Yes, I'm sure that the portfolio will come from their field of study, so that at the end of the day, and that is why most of the questions thrown by the senators today during their screening was also from their CVs and their field of study. So I believe that it will not be far-fetched from that, except where somebody has been proven to be good in another field, then maybe such person can be taken to such field to give his best. But if you see in line with what the president have done, you'll notice that he went through the CVs himself to have nominated them as minister nominee. So I'm confident that when the portfolios eventually come out, that they will live up to their responsibility or to the expectations of the Nigerian people.
So what do you think Nigerians should do to help the nominees deliver?
To help the nominee deliver and support. Because one thing I know about Nigerians is that they are always willing to support. If you want them to support you in the bad direction, they'll support you in the bad direction. If you want them to support you in the good direction, they'll support you in the good direction. They are patient enough. That I know about Nigeria. So what I want Nigerians to do for the minister nominee is prayers and support. Not just for the minister nominee, and even the president and every government functionaries of the country. Because we have seen that this government is prepared and is ready to ensure that they right the wrongs and bring us to the path of development, progress, and prosperity.
All right, so let's go back to your state, Benue. Governor earlier has sent a list of 14 commissioner nominees to the State House of Assembly. Tell us more about this, as we're yet to know their identity.
Yes, he has done. He has met the constitutional requirement by sending the list through the speaker to the Benue State House of Assembly, and we are hopeful that the speaker in his plenary would also read out these names and eventually start the screening of this commissioner nominee. So we are hopeful and we are waiting for it to be earnestly done.
So the new administration is 2 months old. How will you describe the journey so far?
Yes, it hasn't been easy because you know that from where we have found ourselves as a state, even the nation, we are still picking our pieces together and putting it, believing that we'll do our best since we have promised that we are going to do these things. Under oath, the president has sworn. The president is a man of his word. The governor have also sworn. The governor is a man of his word, and I'm sure that what they need now is prayer, patience, and support. And I know very well that 2 months is not good enough to start judging them. But like my people would always say, that when you see a Saturday, you can tell what a Sunday will be. So from what we have seen so far, we know they are prepared in ensuring that they don't fail the people.
So how would you react to this accusation from some group indicating that the recent appointments the governor made toward the old line of denying Zone C the position of the SSG and maybe raising a red flag?
Yes, when they say denying the Zone C the office of the SSG, I don't understand what they mean, because no ethnic group is born for only a particular position. The governor made 2 appointments on that day. He made the SSG. He made the SSG and head of service, which of course is a carrier. The head of service is an Igede man that comes from the Benue South Senatorial District, otherwise known as Igede Idoma Extraction. Then you have the SSG that came from the Thief Extraction. Ordinarily, even me as a person, as a party chairman, I would have wished that they give us the SSG. But reason best known to them or to the governor, he said he felt that the head of service should be from this axis and the secretary to the government of the SSD secretary to the state government should come from this houses. It's strictly his own listing and he has the reasons for that. But for me, it is laughable when you see them cry because they have the opportunity of even sitting down with the governor. How many times have they even come to sit down with the governor? You don't see them. Honestly, they don't participate. They only try to make this thing out of it. It's most unfortunate that they behave like this. So you see them, they have the opportunity all through the electioneering of the governor, going around and campaigning. Tell me, let them tell you one of them that came to support the governor or that went around. This set of so-called elders today, they are the reason why we are where we are as a people. It's not unfortunate, but I have to say it. You need to come to Benue South Senatorial District to see what I'm saying. The entire community is at a standstill. The economic situation is at the lowest. The roads are totally bad. It has become an eyesore. And you keep wondering that is this a place where these eminent Idoma sons are from? So the thing is most unfortunate. Honestly, let me seize this opportunity. The truth about it, we must tell ourselves the truth. We believe that the younger generation of the Benue South Senatorial District are doing everything possible to make up for these things the elders have cost us. It is only when we try to relate to these people that we can get our fair share of what belongs to our zone.
All right,
as a party chairman, I come from that zone. I know what I went through. They don't believe in it, even in me as a party chairman. They don't attend meetings, you can't see them. And so how do you not complain when you are not there when issues are being discussed? Let me seize this opportunity to painfully, honestly, without a doubt, apologize to Mr. President, our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, who is the leader of our party, Senator Dr. George Akume, to please not take that verbal issued by those elders as anything to go by. Look at the relationship, long-standing relationship of our people and the Nigerian state and the people in our state, Benue, and do everything humanly possible to support and ensure that we get our fair share of not just appointment, but also developmental thing. The roads in Benue South is totally in a
one final question I would like to ask you. One final question I would like to ask you is, can your government really solve the problem of insecurity in Benue State? Can your governor really solve the problem of insecurity in Benue State?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, of course. Like I said, like I've always said, the issues were more politically motivated than the reality on ground. But I believe, with the sincerity of the government in this regard, that the problem of the Haida farmers' crisis will soon be a thing of the past. And also other crises within the state, communal crisis. The other day you saw where communities, even in Benue, went attacking themselves. So the situation goes beyond these issues of Haida farmers' crisis. There are other little issues within the Benue enclave that we are doing everything humanly possible with the support and prayers of the people and the eagerness of the governor in ensuring that these things are solved and people are resettled back to their homes.
All right, thank you very much. I'll be speaking with Comrade Austin Agada, is the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Benue State. Thank you very much for coming on Politics Tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
And thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and it's Olajumoke Double using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatiji. Good night.
Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather.
Why did you let him go?
He might fall ill, and if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with germ defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol Show.
Incredible bombs. The rise of legends in the most challenging of times. And the most unforgettable moments that kept us at the edge of our seat. Everything up to now was just the beginning. Legends go head to head as timelines have collapsed for the ultimate showdown. Welcome to Big Brother Niger All-Stars. Starts 23rd July. Headline sponsor, Money Point.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, where the black gold continues to flow and fuel Africa's largest economy, where the line between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Oil, gas, politics, development, and community issues all are highly valuable commodities in the Niger Delta. How do they combine, and how can they work together to spawn a new era in the Niger Delta? As he probes the